to Texas BPA's informational video guide on how to elect and train chapter officers online.
Local chapter officers are vital in the operation of a chapter. In the event that you have not elected your officers for the upcoming school year, we've outlined a fun and engaging way for you to do so. Initially, advisors should establish a mean of communication with the chapter. This could be via Google Classroom, Remind, or the advisor's preferred mode of communication. This will assist in the relaying of information regarding the election process and elections themselves. Then, the advisor should create an application for students interested in running for office. The application should include information about the student necessary for the advisor to identify them, but it should also include questions that can be used as social media responses. Social media responses are meant to be shared on social media or with the chapter so that they become familiar with the candidate. The advisor should share the responses alongside other campaign materials through the established means of communication or the chapter's social media pages. Next, the advisor should also create an online ballot via Google Forms, Election Buddy, Election Runner, or their preferred election method. Lastly, the advisor should share the results with the chapter. If there are any questions or need more information, please refer to the handbook. Good luck!
Now we're going to talk about local chapter officer training ideas. As the need for a solid online presence of our chapters increases, it is crucial to have a strong officer team. In order to accomplish this, online officer training is a must. But where do we even start with online officer training? Well, we can start by looking at officer roles. So ask yourself, what responsibilities does each officer have? In which activities does their role call for them to lead? And in which activities should they take a back seat? A useful tool for every single BPA chapter is a program of work. A program of work is a detailed action plan consisting of all goals, strategies, and chapter plans for the upcoming year. Creating and discussing a program of work proves extremely beneficial when tackling multiple objectives. It also helps to keep chapter officers on the same wavelength. In the program of work, include the goal and strategize on how to accomplish it. An example of a goal that could be included in a program of work is that 50% of all chapter members advance to state. Another way to ensure all chapter officers are kept on the same page is by creating a Google Calendar. The activities listed in the program of work and leadership conferences should be included in the calendar, as well as other events and/or deadlines necessary. The calendar should be shared with all chapter members so that they are kept up to date with the schedule of their chapter. Something important to discuss with your officers is their individual goals. What does each officer hope to accomplish the year they will be serving? And how can their goals be adapted to what works best for the chapter? Discussing these topics will not only help each officer understand their peers, but will also help you understand your officers. It is helpful to talk about each officer's ideas about good leadership so that they can grow to understand and learn from each other more. This exercise will also help the advisor to point their officers in the right direction. It is crucial for officers to know the history and culture of BPA so that they can better understand the organization as a whole and develop a deeper appreciation for it. The history of BPA can be found on the BPA website. Guiding your officers in resolving conflicts will prove useful in the long run. It could also be helpful to talk about the need for respect even in disagreements. We recommend doing this early on in the year so that your officers know your expectations up front. Leadership activities are fun ways to break the ice with your new officers and encourage teamwork in a fun way. Whether it's a solo activity followed by a discussion or a collaborative game, your officer team will benefit. There are examples of leadership activities in the online chapter management guide. However, a few options include a book or TED Talk discussion. A few tips pertaining to leadership include: don't be afraid to give your officers responsibilities. Monitor their progress, but don't micromanage. Coach them and teach them to be coaches. Recognize their potential and encourage. And lastly, inspire collaboration. Please don't hesitate to email us if you have any further questions, and thank you for watching.